a complete tour of Lightscape San Diego. In this video, I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see what I can see, what's here at this really neat light show at this botanical garden. And I'm gonna start the tour from the main entrance of the San Diego Botanical Gardens. There's actually a number of different parking lots here, and so you might actually come in a different way than this entrance, but if you park at the main entrance, this is the way you'll come in. And it starts with the lights on the ground to say hashtag Lightscape San Diego. And you go through this fairly narrow path. The trees have been illuminated, and then you get to the first art installation called Lilies, and it's a gigantic water lily in this little pond. Now, between the different art exhibits, you go through nicely illuminated paths, and this botanic garden, it's pretty small in the size of botanic gardens, so the paths are pretty narrow, which can make it actually feel probably busier than it is, because all the people here get funneled into these small paths. But good news, a number of places along the trail, they've got places where you can pick up snacks and drinks. Hot chocolate, $5. If you want to get their premium cocktails, those will be $15. Then just up the hill from the Lilies is the Fire Garden. This is one of the most unique art exhibits here, where everything is on fire. There are actually candles, and there's a fence between you and the fire, so it's pretty safe, but it's pretty neat. After the Garden of Fire, in this gazebo are some poinsettias in the roof, which have some fiber optic centers and some red petals. And then it opens up into a red garden, which is a great match for the poinsettias. Right after the red trail, they have a neat blue trail to go up this staircase. Now, gardens are pretty dark at night, but they've done a really good job illuminating everything. All right, the next attraction is the singing tree. And this one's pretty neat because, well, it's a big tree that sings, changes different colors. It's kind of like a, barbershop quartet or something like that in a tree. Just to the right of the tree, there's another snack stand to get your hot chocolates and drinks. And then we head over this way to the next attraction. Right after the singing tree begins the neon streets here, where they've got all these different strings that are illuminated by black lights and makes it look neon. You could say it's a little bit of Native American inspired art with maybe a little bit of 70s hippie black light art. And here we've got Nova, which I think is a star-going supernova, because it's actually got some smoke and maybe it's melting off the top. Now, if you saw my recent video on Lightscape at the Los Angeles Arboretum and you're wondering how this one is different, well, the LA Arboretum Lightscape show, much bigger, much grander. That's a much bigger garden. This one, much smaller, narrow pathways, more artsy in flavor as you go around. And a little cheaper to come here to the San Diego Lightscape. Which one did I enjoy better? You know, I've enjoyed both of them so far. I will say, though, the crowds at this one make it maybe less enjoyable because you spend a lot of time walking behind other people. So I would recommend, if you're coming here, come early, like right when it opens, or come late when it's not too busy, so that you're not in the middle of rush hour, like 7 o'clock when everybody else is here. Now, this is my favorite part of Lightscape San Diego. This is the Laser Garden, which is something that is also at the LA Arboretum show, though here it's a little more, I don't know, cheerful. The LA Arboretum, it was a little bit more sci-fi and felt like where aliens hang out, and maybe because this one's a bit brighter, there's more lasers here. This is in their bamboo garden, so this stuff around me, usually bamboo. And I'm gonna call this section Candy Cane Lane, not because there's candy canes here, but because that's the music they're playing in the background, Candy Cane Lane. As they've got these mirror balls up here, this section is really neat. And this was a huge bottleneck earlier, though they stopped all traffic in the garden for a little while because an ambulance had to pass through. Maybe you heard them announcing that earlier, so that's why I've got the bamboo garden all to myself right now. And here we have another lily exhibit. I happen to like this lily exhibit better. Why? Well, just take a look at the color, and I bet you'll know why. And right here, we're passing one of the other parking lots, and this goes through the cactus section, which they've illuminated nice and red because you want to think cactuses or cacti are actually pretty hot in the desert. Right after that parking lot, there's a set of restrooms, but probably more important, there is another cafe back here. This one just drinks hot chocolate, soda water, beer, oh, and cookies. They've got a little spot here where you could take maybe not a selfie, but an Ussie in the Lightscape photo frame. Next up, we've got my second favorite attraction here, but first let's take a look at the map to see where we've walked in this thing. Take a look at this map, you can see the different parking lots on the outskirts, and then that yellow line is the loop around the Botanic Garden. This tree, so multicolored. They basically look like neon lights around that tree and neon roots down into the ground. But I think the Spunky Princess, my 2-year-old daughter's favorite attraction, was definitely this right here. She loved the music in here and loved to dance in these they look like their own little decorative Christmas trees of sorts. They change color, and it's really its own illuminated forest because, in particular, it's called Nautilus Forest. And you could actually just keep going down this way if you want to get to the end, but you should definitely turn in here and see this one and hear the Trans-Siberian Orchestra classic Wizards of Wonderland in this wonderful holiday wonderland. Now the final attraction right after that Nautilus Forest is down this way. It's the Winter Cathedral. They can have pretty long lines to get through because everybody's trying to take their selfies. If you've seen some Instagram posts from Lightscape San Diego, it's probably been from people inside the Winter Cathedral. But it was so busy, they wouldn't really let you stop and take pictures. Well, not for very long because they had to keep the line moving. Lightscape San Diego, next time, make like 2 or 3 of these tunnels so more people can spend more time in it, because that's what a lot of people really want to do. Oh, explorers, if you enjoyed this tour of Lightscape San Diego, you might enjoy checking out Lightscape Los Angeles, the bigger, flashier one up in LA at the LA Arboretum. You can watch my walkthrough right here. You'll also find links in the description below to many more Southern California holiday light extravaganzas.